Little did all these people know that a little bit after all this, you know what I mean? Everybody trying to get in and all this commotion and all this shit going on. Little did I know too. Little did the whole world know that it was about to be epic. We're watching content from the historic knockout night, Friday the 13th. We're watching clips on it, and I'm gonna give my input on how I felt at that moment. I could go back and I could actually put myself in that place, and I could remember what I was thinking, what I was going through, what feeling I had. I remember certain conversations I had. You're back there in a room with like 5, 6 fighters, everybody's getting ready for the fight, or they're coming back from either winning or losing. It's intense in that room. A lot of animosity and, not really towards each other, but you're ready, waiting to go out there and eat your opponent up. So there's a lot of energy back there, a lot of strong, hard energy back there. I think you sent me this clip too, because yeah. Well, I remember that, because I remember that with my eyes closed and I was zoning out and I was listening to the song. And I remember being in that moment right there with my eyes closed, just rocking my head, listening to Jeezy, because the words in the song was, you gotta believe, you gotta believe. And I was just letting that soak in.
Everybody, we're here, BKFC 14. We're in Miami. Ulysses Diaz, the monster, is about to go up and do his thing. Third fight right now, he's number 6. So stay tuned. Make sure you're tuning in.
The third fight just went out, and me and my coach are starting the game plan about when we're going to start warming up. That night, we're fight number 6. You need to get up a couple fights before, start moving around. I like to go into my fight sweaty, so I'm making sure I'm moving around with coach. We're hitting mitts. I hit a little bit of jump rope. He sits me back down, lets me relax.
Six. We're on 4 right now.
I'm a big fan of Clay Guida's. I went to one of his fights when he fought for the UFC in Atlanta back close to 14 years ago, something like that. Big fan of his, is awesome. Great guy, super humble, amazing dude. And then he was backstage. He was actually cornering one of the guys that was fighting with me on BKFC the night of the historic fight. So I'm in that room, but I'm in none of those conversations going on around me. Unless you're talking directly to me, I don't know what's going on in that room. It's like I'm in space, I'm focused on what's going on. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do this fight. I'm thinking about over and over and over and over how I'm going to start. We start 3 feet apart. What I'm going to do? Am I going to do what we talked about? Is he going to do what I think he's going to do? Like I said, it's a crowded room. A lot of things going on. People warming up and all types of shit going on. And I'm nowhere there. I'm in my own zone. It's like I'm in a place by myself. And the thing about BKFC, the fights go so fast. So you're back there. You're fight number 6. 1 and 2 can pop out quick. You know what I mean? And then 3 goes up and you got to start warming up. People want to ask you questions. People want to do interviews. You got to stay in your zone. Then you hear all the fighters getting called up. Let's go, red corner, blue corner, behind. They kind of hurry you up and they rush you.
Jerry, let's go.
That's what he says, drop thinking on the commentary. Mouthpiece came out.
Oye. Ven para acá, ven para acá.
I was sitting down. That's my brother Alex. He came in the room. He brought Yoel Romero with him. Yoel was one of my coaches for MMA, and he's like a brother to me. Great dude. It was Yoel Romero talking to me. Great friend of mine. Came back there to give me some great positive words, and it's awesome coming from a fighter like him. He's on a high level too, so he was good motivation for me. I'm lacing up my shoes. I already got my pants off. I just got my sweater on. I know it's probably in the 4th or 5th fight right now. I'm the 6th one, so I know it's my turn at any minute. They're gonna be coming and calling my name. Again, in my mind, all I can think is what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna start. I already got it set in my head at this moment that I'm gonna start fast. I got it set that I'm gonna come at him with that 1-2. You know, I have all this in my head at this moment already. I already got this fight pictured in my head. Which one?
This hard for this moment. This is why we run all those miles. This is why we sparred as much as we did. This is why we did what we did, so now we can put it on display. You did everything you needed to do. Now it's gonna take dividends. Now you're gonna take him to where you were at.
Red Bronx.
Turn up the heat.
All right, so right there, that was a pivotal moment before the fight. That's when coaches, you know, getting in my head and turning me into that monster that I'm gonna be once I walk in that ring. I'm feeling all the hype, I'm feeling all the energy, I'm feeling all the positivity, I'm feeling all those days of working out, all those days of running. We're about to unleash the monster. See, right there, right there. That's where Baboon told me. That's the part right there. Right there, what you guys just saw is the part where Baboon was telling me, yo, you know, you're up next, man. Tighten up. Start getting warmed up. Baboon's a veteran in this game, been through this same scenario 1,000 times. So, you know, hearing it from him really put that wake-up call in me. Oh, yeah. I gotta put my face back on. Nah. My girl came back there to see me before the fight. They gave me my hug and my kiss, you know, we always do before fights. She's been a huge support for me, you know, since we got together, been pushing me hard. She's been with me every minute leading up to this moment. And she's walking me out, her and Kendra Lusk walked me out to the fight.
So they're fucking ready that one here for your fucking
No way. I had no idea. Bad training camp? Hell. Yes, sir. There he is. Okay, let's do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, cool.
They call my name and it's time to go. That's it. Now that's all it is just let's make this happen. I can't wait to get there. Right now at this moment, I can't wait to get to the ring and do this. So right now the energy's high. I'm walking out. We're going through the back corridor, through the kitchen.
Kick ass, baby. Let's go. Showtime, baby. Big lights. Let's go.
Monster time, let's go! Go! Fucking go, you! It's your fucking house!
Go, baby. Friday the 13th.
It's your fucking house!
Friday the 13th. Go.
You know, I see my opponent in front of me too. He's walking out to the ring at the same time. So we're both on edge, you know. We both know what we're about to do, what we're about to get into, you know. And there can only be one winner. So we're leading up to this moment. How do I feel at this moment? It's a sense of nervousness. It's a little fear of the unknown. You don't know what he's got planned. You know what you got in your head. I know what I got in my head. But more than all that, you really can't wait to get in there. You know, you've been working for this moment. It's been months and it's been all types of gruels of losing weight and diet and not being able to do things and hang out with your friends. All leading up. All that sacrifice was made for this specific moment. I hear my son's voice screaming for me. That's fucking, you know, that's giving me more energy. Before this fight even happened and me knowing it was gonna be in Miami, I feel like it put a lot more pressure on me. Fighting in your hometown, in front of your people. First, you don't wanna let yourself down, you wanna let your family down, you don't wanna let the people who believe in you down. And the last thing you wanna do is let the people who came to see you, you know what I mean, let them down in front of your hometown. You know, you're trying to represent for yourself, you're trying to represent for the city you're from, trying to represent for Miami. So all that's running through my mind too. I was listening to my opponent's song, his walkout song, and I was like, man, he on some bullshit, man. I'm about to put some gangster shit on. Right there, it's a wild moment. You see everybody out there, you feel me? You hear everybody screaming for you. I look back, I always blow kiss the junior, look up to the sky, thank God for this moment. And that's it, man. We walking into the ring right now. It's about to be showtime. You know what I mean? I already thank God. I already kissed my kid. I kissed my girl. I kissed Kendra. I hugged my brother James. I hug Coach, and I get Vaselined up, man. I'm about to step in this ring, and it's about to go down. Right now, there's a weird sense of calmness going through my body. As this guy's putting Vaseline on my face, on my nose and everything, and I'm about to step in this ring, and I'm hyper-focused on this moment right here, on every question, everything that's happening. I feel a sense of calmness, and I feel like everything's gonna be all right, and everything I've been training for, I'm about to show the world. I did a circle around the ring. I make sure I get real close to my opponent. We look each other in the eyes. I'm pacing back and forth, and I'm like that lion in the jungle. I'm just stalking and waiting to jump on my prey. One thing I love to do, and I do in every fight, I've done in all my fights, is when they're announcing our names and we're across the ring from each other, I look at them straight in the eyes. I do the old Mike Tyson, and I like to stare at them and stare at them, stare at them until they either, I see a little chink in their armor, they get uncomfortable, something happens. Before that, he asked me if we're gonna bump glove, bump fist before we start fighting. I told him if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it now. We're standing at the line. We bump fist, the referee says knuckle up, and I flew across that motherfucker and landed an overhand right that I've been seeing in my dreams for about a month. Me and my girl's been talking about it for a month. I've been telling my coach, and right there at that moment, I hit him with that punch, and I had hit the off button. Adrenaline just hit me, and I felt like I could fucking fly. And I came running, and I flew over the ring. And the only reason I ate it was because there was a guy coming up, and I didn't want to hit him. So I stepped on it, I slipped, and I landed face first. As I'm going over it, I had this crazy thought that I might get disqualified for doing it. So I fucking flew over, landed on my face, got back up, jumped back in the ring, ran over, and I prayed for my opponent, in this fight game. Of course, you want to win by knockout, but you want to make sure they go home to their family at the end of the day, you know what I mean? There's the business. And there's this picture of me at that moment right there where I'm walking away from him, where my eyes are this big because the adrenaline hit. I came for a fight. I threw a punch and knocked him out and won. I'm still ready to fight, bro. It's going crazy. It was an amazing moment in front of my people, in front of Miami, in front of everybody that loves me, hates me. It didn't matter. They were there and they watched it.
That was my dream. I told them 2 nights ago. Fastest knockout in BKFC. You saw it first.
You the monster, baby.
You never know when it's your moment, man. You never know when it's your moment. You gotta stay working, stay consistent, and one day all that hard work will fucking pay off. And that was my moment right there.
For the fastest recorded knockout in bare knuckle history, at 3 seconds into round number 1, for your winner by KO, Ulysses the Monster Diaz!
It was a 3-second knockout, but it was a lot of fucking hard work put behind that and a hard life leading up to it that put me in this position to be there at that moment to throw that punch to fucking make history. It's dope seeing people's reactions, you know what I mean? I didn't notice this after the fight, but everybody's fucking so happy for me. Lex McMahon, I did it in front of David Feldman in his fucking promotion. My mom crying, my girl screaming. All that anxiety, all that energy, all that fucking little bit of self-doubt, nervousness, fear, all that shit fucking diminished. I had won, I had done it, we set a world record. I astonished myself. It was unbelievable to me for a couple weeks after that fucking moment. I would watch that fight and I would watch that punch and I would watch me do it over and over and over and over again, and couldn't believe it was me doing that. So right here after the fight, I was trying to grab the mic. I wanted to get the mic. I wanted to say something in front of my city, in front of everybody just watch me. My energy was through the roof, and David Feldman didn't give me the fucking mic, bro. You believe that shit? They gave me a backstage interview, but I wanted the mic to talk in front of everybody right there. That was kind of whack, Dave. There was a lot of people at my fight that were watching everything leading up to this moment. And a lot of people were sitting down in their chair and they looked back to sit in their chair, or they said, hey, watch this, or they fucking drank a sip of their beer and they missed the moment and they were in the fucking room. That's amazing. That's how fast it happened and that's how fucking crazy it was. People were there asking what happened.
What you got with a left, bro? What you left? Walk over here with like, bow, walking into it. Yeah.
What a moment, dog. We just won. 3 seconds. Made history in front of everybody from my home city. If you asked me to fucking make up a story, it couldn't be as good as this one.
3 fucking seconds. 3 fucking seconds.
That's another fucking video that went viral too. Yo, Romero screaming 3 fucking seconds. Listen, an undescribable moment. You have to live it. You have to be there. It has to happen to you for you to feel what I'm talking about. We're backstage right now, man. I get to see my mom, I get to see my girl, I get to see all my people, bro, my closest people that were with me backstage.
You heard it firsthand. You heard that dream before it even happened. Dreams do come true, everybody. Never give up.
It was amazing to hug my mom, you know what I mean? I know how she gets before my fights. Amazing to have that moment and have, you know, her fucking open her eyes. Me already won and take all that worry away, you know? As soon as I saw tape of my opponent and I started studying him, I started seeing a couple flaws in him, and we went over this and over this and over this with coach. I'd be fucking watching Netflix at home doing the punch. I'd be taking a shower doing the punch. I'd be driving throwing the punch. I'd be, you know, just feint with the left hand, overhand right, feint with the left, overhand right. I knew he was gonna stretch his arms out. In the fight I was watching that he had done before, he had done it a couple times. Whenever they put pressure on him, he stretched his arms out and put his chin in the air. I'm gonna come running out with that left and overhand right, and you guys saw it, lightning hit. You know, I got this thing I want to say. I can't wait to get in front of the camera and say it. You know, at that moment, I'm calling out Thiago Alves, too, for a belt fight.
Calling out Thiago Alves. I got like to do with sometimes we gotta let's go. Let's go. And last but not least, Miami, stand up! You're not sweating, let me hug you. You're not sweating, you're not sweating. Awesome. 2 second knockout. That's history. 2 second knockout. Wow. So proud of you, brother. So proud of you. Chico. I swear to God I did that. I swear to God I go out and how fast it's not because and I've been doing till every of my dreams. In my dreams, look, I go switch punch, bow! In my dreams, I'm waking up like this and shit. Thank you. Get all this energy, dog. Get all this energy, man. Let's go. You're thinking about it, but you're hoping it works. Really? Show the true spirit, nigga. That's what I show the warrior, nigga. That nigga get dropped in the first floor. No, put that shit on. Let's do it.
Grab him.
¿No quiere cortar el...? No, no.
Yeah, no quiero cortar the actual thing.
Lo que hay que buscarlo por pedazos. ¿The case? The case.
Too much excitement. Wait, if you don't fight, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, James.
Olvídate.
Déjalo, ven. Esa mierda. He was done.
You ain't see the head nigga came and yelled at you on the top rope. Yeah. I jumped over and ate it. No, but it wasn't because it was yours, man. They said nobody on the rope for a medal. No, on the medal, that's right. You jumped on the rope and then you start swinging on that bitch.
I didn't think he was going to knock him out that quick. I knew he was going to fuck him up, but not that fast.
Yo, the boss went out after you, bro. Yeah, he went after you to go tackle you.
Get the fuck off the rope.
He got you. He didn't want nobody to know. I wanted you. That's awesome.
It wasn't enough in the second. It was too fast. Best knockout ever.
No, of course. I would love to. Thank you.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Said it earlier, dog. What happened? Yeah. They were like looking away. People blink. I'm like, if you blink, you fucked up.
Tell him what you said and he told you to copyright it.
Yeah. If you miss a minute, you're gonna miss a moment.
He called that shit out.
I think I got it on film too.
Listen to me. A week ago, I called my manager. I called him out in the blue. Nothing we were talking about, nothing. I thought about it. I called him. I go, listen to me, dog. I'm gonna have the fastest knockout in BKFC history. I promise you. I'm not playing with you. I'm gonna have the fastest knockout. What I did, when I started, I saw that over and over in my head. That's my girl. I'd be sleeping and I was here, fucking waking up doing shit. I swear to God. And I saw him fall like he fell stiff. I saw my hand raised. I saw it. You guys swear? God, strike me dead if I'm lying to you right now.
Socks?
No socks.
Yeah, bean guy.
My dude. The only bad thing about that is nobody's gonna want to start off the line with me now. Yes.
From that moment, man, it was just crazy. 3 seconds, and really it was under 3 seconds. It was a big deal. Made a lot of big things happen for me. That moment right there rang fucking bells all around the world.
Let's talk, real talk. Listen, I'm 49 now. You know, I missed certain things. I blinked and that motherfucker was on the ground. You need to give me a little more something.
The name of the podcast is Don't Blink.
Yeah,
man. Come on, baby.
Straight up. All I did was this for 1 second. I heard, oh! And I go, what the fuck? What? And homie was...
Out for the count. Hey, and let me tell you something, man. This is a true story. So that happened. You know, my management rushed me upstairs to my hotel room. I got dressed, came back down. You know, started talking to the fans. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, thank you, Pimpin'. Shout out to MDO Miami. Thank you, Manny. Hey, this is my tailor. He makes my suits.
Yeah? He gave you a shout out at every interview he's done.
Yeah, he did a shout out.
Came downstairs, started doing interviews immediately, and then I still hadn't, I was in my fight, but I didn't see my fight, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the first one to show me the fight was Laz. Yo, come over here, I got it right here on the phone, and we sat there and watched it 100 times.
And by the way, let me tell you why. I had to call somebody. It's like, yo, I blinked, this motherfucker's knocked out. Did you see it? Yeah, I recorded it. I said, bitch, send it to me so I can see what actually happened.
Oh, can I say something for the record?
Yeah.
So Laz was on here, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Laz, legendary Laz, you know,
sir.
Pimp with the lamp, gangster. So when the whole thing happened, I'm there, right? Laz is here, Juice is here. I'm like, I remember you told me, you said, Doc, focus, it's gonna be quick. So I'm there, I look, and I remember going like this, like opening my eyes, like to make sure my eyes are open, and no matter what, I hold the phone steady. When you hit that dude, it was like light struck in the room. It was one of the craziest things that ever happened. Laz was pouring himself a drink at that moment.
And missed it.
He told me. Yeah. I gave him the video, and for the record, he didn't say he said, I said, give me the video, bitch. He didn't call me no bitch, Laz. Come on. I gave him the video. And you didn't even tag me, man. That's fucked up.
That's it. Fight's over. Backstage doing a couple of interviews. I get to hug my family. One of the things that happened to me was that after that punch, the knockout landed in an article in a newspaper in Spain. I hadn't spoken to my real father in almost 5 years. Somebody in Spain knew him that wrote for the articles. My father writes books. They emailed him asking him, "Hey, isn't this your son?" And he wrote back to me, and we started back talking since after that.